My name is Jared Cole, and I never expected that a simple conversation with an alien woman would change my life forever. It all began aboard the starship Ardent Horizon, a massive exploration vessel tasked with mapping uncharted star systems. Humans had only recently joined the Orali Confederation, a coalition of advanced alien civilizations. Most humans were seen as fragile and inexperienced, but I had been assigned as a communications officer because of my ability to remain calm under pressure. I thought my life would be quiet and predictable. I was wrong. Beginning. First meeting. It was my first week on the ship when I met her. Her name was Kalara, a warrior from the Talari, a race known for their strength, intelligence, and strict codes of honor. They were taller than humans, with sleek, metallic blue skin and eyes that glowed faintly in dim light. Her movements were precise, fluid, almost as if every step was calculated. I first noticed her during a routine briefing in the observation lounge. She sat quietly in the corner, listening, her eyes fixed on the starfield outside. Unlike the other aliens, who constantly gestured and argued, she seemed calm, almost distant. Later that day, I was assigned to help repair a communications console near the observation deck. The ship's AI had detected a small power fluctuation, and I needed to stabilize it before it escalated. Kalara appeared behind me, silent as a shadow. "You are the human officer?" she asked softly. Her voice was smooth, yet carried a strange authority. "Yes," I said, turning carefully. "Jared Cole." "I am Kalara," she said. "I prefer to observe, not speak." Her presence was imposing, yet I sensed something fragile beneath her composed exterior. She was different from any alien I had met. "You don't have to watch," I said kindly. "I can handle this alone." She shook her head slightly. "I prefer to understand. Humans are unpredictable." Her words intrigued me. Most aliens considered humans weak and unremarkable, but she was curious. And curiosity, I realized, was a rare quality among her kind. Middle, the confession. Over the next few days, I found Kalara often in the observation deck, studying the stars in silence. Sometimes I joined her, repairing small consoles, monitoring communications, or simply sitting quietly. One evening, as the ship glided through a dense asteroid field, I noticed her eyes lingering on me longer than usual. The glow in her eyes was faint, almost like a pulse. "You are unlike other humans," she whispered suddenly. I smiled softly, unsure how to respond. "I hope that's a good thing." She turned to me, her gaze intense. "It is, but it also makes me uneasy. Humans are emotional. They can be impulsive. I am not like human women." Her words hung in the air. I paused, feeling the weight of her honesty. She wasn't mocking me. She was sharing something deeply personal. I leaned slightly closer, keeping my voice calm. "Kalara, you are special in your own way. Different doesn't mean bad. You have qualities no one else has." Her glowing eyes widened slightly. She blinked, and for a moment, she looked vulnerable, almost human. "You do not mock me?" she asked softly. "Never," I said firmly. "I respect you. More than you know." Her lips curved slightly, a subtle sign of amusement, or perhaps approval. We spent hours talking after that. She told me about her childhood on Silura Prime, where young warriors were trained from birth to suppress emotions and value strength above all else. She had excelled in combat simulations and strategy games, but had always felt alone. Even among her people, she had never found anyone who understood her. "And you," she said quietly, "somehow understand me. Why?" I shrugged. "I listen. I don't judge. And I believe that everyone has something unique, even warriors who seem invincible." Her eyes softened. You see beyond appearances. That is rare. The danger, test of trust. Our conversation was interrupted by an urgent alarm. The ship's AI announced. Unidentified vessel approaching. Shields at 50%. Possible hostile encounter. Kalara immediately stood, her warrior instincts returning. To the bridge, she said. We must defend the ship. I followed her, helping relay communications to the engineering crew. The vessel approaching was a pirate raider, heavily armed and unpredictable. Kalara led the defense from the bridge, directing weapons fire and coordinating maneuvers. I stayed at her side, passing tactical updates and keeping the communications array stable. During the battle, a missile struck near her position, throwing her off balance. Without thinking, I rushed to stabilize her. Are you all right? I shouted over the alarms. Yes, she said, though her armor was cracked and sparking. You don't have to pretend, I said. It's okay to be human. I mean, to feel fear. She glanced at me, eyes wide, as if my words had touched something deep within. I trust you, she whispered. Those words, simple yet powerful, changed something between us. Trust was rare in her culture, and she had just given it to me. With coordinated teamwork, we managed to disable the pirate ship's engines, forcing it to retreat. The crew cheered, but I noticed Kalara's attention never left me. Humans, she said quietly, almost to herself. You are strange creatures, but perhaps necessary. I smiled. I think you're special, Kalara. And you don't have to be like anyone else to be extraordinary. Her faint smile glowed against her metallic blue skin. That night, as the ship traveled through the starfield, she stayed in the observation deck with me. The stars reflected in her eyes, and for the first time, she allowed herself to relax completely. The bond, understanding each other. Over the following weeks, Kalara and I grew closer. She allowed me to accompany her during training exercises, though I could barely keep up. I repaired her equipment, learned basic combat protocols, and shared stories from Earth. She began to open up more about her fears and doubts. She admitted she often felt isolated because of her strength and intellect. I listened, offered comfort, and never judged. You make me feel normal, she whispered one evening. You are normal, I replied. Normal just means different. And being different is what makes you special. Her eyes glowed brighter than the stars outside. She didn't speak for a while, simply leaning slightly closer, letting the silence communicate what words could not. Then she laughed softly, a sound like music in a quiet room. You humans are strange, she said. You make warriors feel safe. I'm glad, I said honestly. You deserve it. For the first time, she allowed herself to smile fully. It was radiant, warm, and disarming. The conflict, choices, and consequences. Our bond was not unnoticed. Other members of her species began to question her attachment to a human. Rumors spread aboard the ardent horizon. Some respected her choice, but others saw it as a weakness. One day, the ship's commander summoned her. She returned looking tense, her glowing eyes dimmed slightly. They demand you abandon your association with a human, she said quietly to me later. I frowned. Kalara, you don't have to listen to them. Your choices are yours. I know, she said, but my people value strength and reputation above all. Choosing you, they will see as a weakness. I reached for her hand. You are stronger than that. Your strength isn't in fighting. It's in your heart. Don't let anyone take that from you. Her glowing eyes met mine, shimmering with emotion. You understand me, and yet you make me vulnerable. That's not a bad thing, I said. Being vulnerable doesn't make you weak. It makes you real. It makes you special. She hesitated, then whispered, "I am not like human women." I smiled gently, taking her hand. "You are special in your own way, and that is more than enough." Her glow returned, stronger this time, pulsing like a living star. Ending, acceptance, and future. In the weeks that followed, Kalara's people observed her interactions with me. Many were skeptical at first, but her calm confidence and strategic brilliance could not be ignored. They realized that my presence did not weaken her. It enhanced her humanity, her ability to connect, and even her leadership. Together, we trained, fought, and explored. Kalara learned to trust herself in ways she never had, and I learned to navigate a galaxy filled with strange creatures, immense responsibilities, and astonishing wonders. One night, as we stood in the observation deck watching a nebula bloom in colors I could barely describe, she whispered again, "Humans, you are unpredictable. And yet, I am grateful for your presence." I smiled. "And I am grateful for yours. You don't have to be like anyone else. You are extraordinary just as you are." Her hand found mine, glowing softly in the dim light. "Perhaps being different is our greatest strength." I nodded. "It is. And together, we can face anything." The stars outside seemed to shine brighter, as if the universe itself approved. In that moment, I knew our bond had changed both of us, and perhaps even the galaxy in ways we could not yet imagine. She was not like human women. She was far stronger, braver, and wiser. And yet, in her own way, she was special, and so was I for being trusted by her. We stood there, hand in hand, two unlikely allies and friends, knowing that the future would be full of challenges, battles, and discoveries. But we would face them together, hearts open, courage unwavering, and spirits aligned. And in that simple moment, amidst the stars, I realized that sometimes being different is the most powerful thing in the universe.